Welcome back to another Papé Toolkit. So today we're going to go over some of the parts department questions that we get asked most often. So I sit over in the sales department, I sell new machinery, but we work hand in hand with our parts department, and I actually get to listen in to some of their conversations that they have on a daily basis. So let's go over some of those expectations that they have for you when you come into the parts department, and maybe some tips and tricks that we can help you to be more successful when you come into our dealership. Searching for parts for your equipment can sometimes be daunting. There's obviously a ton of different parts on these machines that we need to look at. And so our parts team goes through with the help of schematics to try to kind of narrow down what part you're looking for in hopes to always get it right. We try to carry a vast amount of parts on the shelves so we can help support you in a timely fashion. But every once in a while, we're going to have to order from either John Deere or a vendor directly. As you can imagine, there's a ton of different equipment out there with a ton of different variations of parts. For example, a 2018 1025R might not have the same exact parts as a 2022 1025R. So things that they're going to need from you: make and model number. So obviously we don't just deal with John Deere here, even though that's our primary subline. We also deal with Steel equipment, Honda equipment, and some of our different vendors that we deal with directly. So make and model are crucial pieces of information. Additional to that is going to be serial numbers. So we're going to need serial numbers off of the machine. My parts department wanted definitely to tell you it's also very helpful if you're looking for engine parts to have the serial number for the engines, because there were so many different engines that were built over all of the years that John Deere's built parts that could be kind of confusing. So it's always helpful to have that as well. What I do with my personal machine is I go through and I take pictures of all of my equipment serial numbers, so that I'll be armed with that when I come into the dealership for parts. I do that on all my vehicles, actually. Another resource for you to look up service and parts is the Tractor Plus and Mower Plus apps. We've made some videos on those. We'll try to get some links in the description below so that you can check out those different applications. But in essence, they're going to give you parts chart. You're going to have parts diagrams that are available on those apps, and obviously that's going to capture your serial numbers really in a nice handy spot that you'll have access to when you get into the dealership. Don't forget, when you're describing your equipment, that the loader can have a different nomenclature than, for example, the tractor. So a 1025R tractor that has a 120R loader sometimes gets confused by customers. The actual tractor has got its own model number as well. So just something to be aware of. Our parts department looks up hundreds upon thousands of parts each day for customers. So oftentimes what they're going to use as a resource is a parts blow up or part schematic. So what they're bringing up when you're giving them the model number, the serial number, is going to be kind of a blow up of the different parts of the tractor that we're looking for. So again, pictures are very helpful. When you bring in pictures, it can help clue us in to those parts a little bit faster. Additionally, they can rotate their screens to help show you those different part schematics so that you can point out and identify those parts yourself, because obviously you've seen the equipment, you're more aware of the equipment than the parts guys are. And so again, just like everything we do, is communication is the key, and anything you can set yourself up for success a little bit more, like pictures and really good descriptions, are going to be helpful to this process. What kind of parts are going to be available at our parts departments? Well, we're going to actually try to stock as many consumable products as possible. So as you can see up here, we're always probably going to have hydraulic oil on hand. We're going to try to have the home maintenance kits, which these are great, by the way. These are going to have oil, air filter, oil filter, spark plugs, fuel filter, all in one convenient pack. So if I'm doing an annual service, I just give them my make, model, and my machine. Most of these are for mowers, but we do have these for some tractors. These are a great product to have. Additionally, you've got things like seat covers, John Deere sells batteries, tire pressure gauges, multiple different items that will be at your parts department. We try to stock as much of those consumables as possible, but note that we probably, if it's some less known a tie rod end, for example, that got broken, sometimes we don't stock those all the time because, quite frankly, not a lot of people break them. They're pretty good products that they're made, but we'll have to order that from John Deere. So your expectation management. How long is it going to take to get parts? Well, in the Northwest, we've got a dealership hub that's for John Deere that's based out of Portland. So not too far away from most of my locations. All of our 44 stores that we have right now are not too far from that. So it's not going to take us that long to get parts from that. Expect 2 to 5 days for those parts to be delivered if I had to order it from that vendor. If I'm going to have to order something from back on the east side of this country, because a lot of our parts actually come out of Milan, Illinois, that's going to take more along the lines of the 5 to 7 days, at least out here to the West Coast side of things. And so, again, the parts department's going to help you, and as long as you ask, they're going to kind of tell you when you should expect those parts. So if they don't offer that information right away, don't be afraid to ask. Another resource that we have at our disposal is bringing parts in from different locations. What I mean by that is from different stores. So we've got multiple stores in our area, in our region, that we can pull parts from. So we're all connected, and we have a business system that sees everybody's parts and everybody's inventory. And in this particular region, we have a shuttle that goes to all of our different dealerships. And so they can oftentimes, if not bring it that same day, bring parts the next day in from those other dealerships. So that's a nice feature that we have to offer for you just because of our size. Another convenience we have to offer to our customers is that if, for example, I live, out in the middle of nowhere, and I don't want to make that drive all the way in because gas prices are high or anything like that, we can offer shipping directly to the consumer. So again, this isn't going to be a free of charge thing, but we'll be able to offer that shipping and get it out to you in a timely manner directly to your house. And so if you call in, place that order in over the phone, they can ship it directly to your house. So they'll also probably be able to estimate shipping costs right there on the phone for you. Things that'll make us successful in the parts department and getting those parts to you as quick as possible: make, models, serial numbers, pictures, as much information as possible that you can bring to us is going to help us bring you the right parts on the other end of that. We can get them done in a timely and cost-effective manner to get you back up and going. So I hope you found this video helpful. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Hi, my name is Jason Hughes. I'm a territory manager out of Eugene, Oregon. I'm also a large property owner and own a lot of the equipment that you see featured in these videos. I hope you find this content helpful. If you have any questions, please comment below.